While solving linear equations in one variable, students make certain errors. They do not realize that they have to keep the two sides of the equal sign balanced at all times, for which they have to perform the same operation on either sides. The only thing they remember are certain transposition rules which they try to fit in. Because of this, they make certain mistakes. Consider an example. This question was asked to about 6,000 students of classes 6 and 7. The question says, solve for m minus 5 is equal to minus 18. The four options given were 13, minus 13, 23 and minus 23. Minus 13 was the correct answer. We saw that 56% students opted for minus 13, while 24% students opted for minus 23. Let's look at an example. While solving equations of this type, m minus 5 is equal to minus 18, students at times shift the minus 5 to the other side of equal sign, but they do not change the negative sign to a plus sign here, and that is how they get the answer as minus 23. We can say that the underlying problem here is the lack of understanding of the operations on integers, but it has also been seen that kids do not understand how the rules of transposition work. That is, essentially they do not understand that we need to balance the two sides of an equation to solve it. Let's look at two cases here. In the first case, even if a student is able to transpose minus 5 to the other side and change it to a plus 5 and thus get the correct answer as minus 13, he still does not understand why would shifting 5 to the other side and changing the minus to a plus work for solving an equation. In the other case, a student might solve this equation by adding 5 on either sides and thus getting the answer as minus 13. This is exactly where the child is able to understand that the two sides have to be balanced and thus we have to do the same operation on either sides. But somehow kids are not able to relate these two steps. Consider another example. This question was given to about 6,000 students of classes 6 and 7. The question says, solve for t minus 5t is equal to 25. The options were minus 5, minus 125, 125 and 5. Minus 5 was the correct answer. We saw that 69% of students opted for minus 5 and 24% students opted for 5. In equations of this type, minus 5t is equal to 25, kids use the similar transposition rules. They believe that the inverse of multiplication is division. So they just shift the 5 from the LHS to the RHS like this. So they divide 25 by 5 and they also convert the negative sign into a positive sign, because according to transposition rule, minus should be changed into plus if it goes to the other side, and that is how they can get the answer as 5 instead of minus 5. Instead, if they would have solved this equation in this way, that is, if they would have divided both sides by minus 5, they would have got the answer as minus 5.